My fiancé said, "I'm not taking your last name. It's 2025. Get over it." I said, "You're right. It is 2025. Then I split everything 50-50, including the wedding bill. Her face when she saw her half of the $40,000 invoice was priceless. I, 31 male, am sitting in what used to be our apartment, boxes everywhere, trying to process the nuclear explosion that was my engagement. Been with Chloe, 29, for 4 years, engaged for 1. She's in pharmaceutical sales, makes decent money, around $75K. I'm a software engineer pulling in $120K. Not rich, but comfortable. Throughout our relationship, I've paid for most things. Rent, I covered 70%, dinners, vacations. Never kept score because I loved her and made more. That's what you do, right? Wedding planning started 8 months ago. Her dream wedding, country club venue, 200 guests, the works. Current tab, 40K and climbing. My parents contributed 5Ks, hers gave nothing, claimed they couldn't afford it, despite multiple cruises this year. I've been covering deposits, payments, everything. Again, didn't mind because we're about to be family. 3 weeks ago, we're doing the invitations. She'd been weird about them for days. Finally see why. She'd ordered them with just her name. Not future Mr. and Mrs. my last name or even both names. Just her. "Babe, there's a typo on these," I said. "No typo," she responded, not even looking up from her laptop. "I'm keeping my name." Now I'm not some caveman. I get it, but a heads up would have been nice. "Oh, okay, we should probably discuss this?" She actually rolled her eyes. "There's nothing to discuss. It's 2025, Ryan. Women don't need to take men's names anymore. It's archaic." "I'm not property. I didn't say you were, just thought we'd talk about it. Some couples hyphenate or—" "I'm not changing my name in any way. End of discussion. If you can't handle that, maybe we shouldn't get married." The way she said it, so dismissive, like my opinion was irrelevant. "You're right," I said. "It is 2025. She smiled, thinking she'd won. "Exactly. Glad you understand." "Totally, let's be completely modern about everything. Equal partners. That's all I'm asking for." That night I created a spreadsheet, listed every wedding expense, split it 50-50. Her half, $20,000 so far. Also drafted a new budget for after the wedding. Rent, 50-50. Utilities, 50-50. Groceries, 50-50. Date nights, alternating who pays. Honeymoon, 50-50. Even calculated the tax implications of filing separately versus jointly. The next morning I presented it to her over breakfast. "What's this?" she asked. "Our modern equality plan. Since we're both keeping our names and being independent, I figured we should split everything equally. It's 2025 after all." Her face went through about 6 different emotions. "You're joking." "Why would I joke? You were right. Traditional marriage roles are outdated, so let's be truly equal partners." "But you make more than me. And we're independent individuals. Your salary is your business, mine is mine." She stared at the wedding breakdown. "I can't afford $20,000. Then we scale back the wedding to what we can both afford equally. Maybe a small ceremony, 50 guests max. But I've already told everyone. The deposits are non-refundable." "That's unfortunate, but equality means equal responsibility, right?" She stood up, shaking. "This is manipulation. You're punishing me for keeping my name." "No, I'm applying your logic consistently. You want modern independence? Here it is." "This isn't what I meant." "Then what did you mean?" "I meant, you're supposed to want to take care of me." There it was. "While you maintain complete independence." She grabbed her purse and left. That was 3 weeks ago. Update 1. The entitlement escalation has been spectacular. First, Chloe went to her parents. They called me immediately, her dad lecturing me about being a real man and taking care of his little girl. Same guy who hasn't contributed a penny to the wedding but had opinions about the open bar being top shelf only. "Sir, your daughter wants a modern marriage. I'm giving her exactly that." "You know that's not what she meant." "Then perhaps you should have raised her to say what she means." He hung up on me. Next came her friends. Her maid of honor, Desiree, sent me a novel-length text about how I'm financially abusing Chloe by expecting her to pay her share. The same Desiree who constantly posts about being an independent boss babe and not needing a man for anything. Then Chloe tried a different approach. Showed up at my office for lunch, first time in 2 years, wearing the dress I bought her for my company's gala, the one that cost me $800. Can we talk? She said sweetly. We went to a nearby restaurant. She ordered a salad, kept touching my hand, laughing at everything I said. Then came the pitch. I've been thinking, maybe I was too harsh about the name thing. How about this? I'll hyphenate for professional purposes only. Like, legally keep my name, but socially go by yours sometimes. And the financial split? Her face tightened. Ryan, be reasonable. You've always taken care of things. It's one of the things I love about you. Was that before or after you decided I was trying to own you by offering to share my name? I never said that. You literally called it archaic and compared it to being property. I was just making a point. And now I'm making mine. Equal partners or traditional partners, pick one. She threw her napkin down. You're being financially manipulative. I'm offering you exactly what you asked for, independence. You know I can't afford that wedding on my own. Then let's have a smaller wedding. I'm not embarrassing myself in front of everyone. The entire restaurant was staring. She stormed out, stuck me with the bill. Ironic. That afternoon I got a call from the wedding venue. Chloe had called them trying to get the deposit back, claiming I was refusing to pay. They needed both signatures for any changes since both our names were on the contract. I called Chloe. You tried to cancel without telling me? I wasn't canceling. I was just exploring options. Well, explore this option. You have 1 week to decide. Either we're equal partners in everything, or we're done. And if we're done, you're responsible for your half of the deposits we can't recover. You can't make me pay for a canceled wedding. Watch me. I have every receipt, every email where you approved expenses. My lawyer says it's a slam dunk small claims case. She hung up. Her mom called an hour later, crying. How can you do this to her? She loves you. She loves what I provide. There's a difference. She just wants to keep her identity. And I want a partner, not a dependent who cherry-picks when to be independent. The week deadline is tomorrow. Radio silence for 3 days, then this morning got a text. Fine, let's talk terms. Meeting her tonight. This should be interesting. Update 2, the negotiation was a disaster. She brought Desiree as emotional support. I brought printed spreadsheets and a recording app, legal in my state. Chloe's opening offer. She'd hyphenate socially, not legally. I'd pay 65% of everything. She'd contribute more to household chores. So I pay more and you maybe do dishes? I'm offering to compromise. No, you're offering to pretend to compromise. Desiree jumped in. You're being patriarchal. Expecting her to change her name or pay equally is controlling. How is offering her a choice controlling? Because neither choice is what she wants. Welcome to adulthood. They left after calling me various names, but here's where it gets interesting. 2 days later, I get a call from my mom. Chloe had lunch with her, crying about how I'm destroying her dreams and changed overnight. Mom, bless her, wasn't buying it. Ryan, she spent 30 minutes telling me how keeping her name was about feminism, then 40 minutes complaining you won't pay for the wedding. Does she hear herself? But Chloe's masterstroke came Wednesday. She group texted our entire wedding party saying we were postponing due to relationship counseling and that she'd explain everything at the bachelorette party she still planned to have. I replied to clarify, we're postponing because Chloe wants me to pay for everything while maintaining complete independence. Anyone who wants the details can ask me directly. My phone exploded. Half the groomsmen thought it was hilarious. The bridesmaids were split. But the best response came from Chloe's cousin, Adelaide. Wait, she's not taking your name but expects you to pay for the whole wedding? Girl, that's not feminism, that's fraud. Chloe called me screaming about airing our business. You started the group text, I just provided accuracy. Then Thursday happened. I came home to find she'd moved half her stuff out, but left all the expensive things I'd bought her, the engagement ring, the jewelry, the designer bags, all still there. But she took the TV that I paid for and my PlayStation. I texted her, you forgot your ring and jewelry. Those are gifts, they're mine. So was the TV. That's different. It's communal property. We're not married, there's no communal property. Return the TV and PlayStation or I file a police report. You wouldn't. I sent her a photo of me at the police station. TV was back within 2 hours. But yesterday was the crown jewel. She'd been telling people I was abusive and controlling. One of her coworkers, Martina, reached out to me. Turns out Chloe had been bragging for months about how she was going to have it all. Keep her name, her independence, and have a provider husband who'd take care of everything. Martina sent me screenshots. Direct quotes. "Ryan's so traditional, he'll pay for everything anyway. I'll keep my name to maintain my independence, but still get the wedding of my dreams. Best of both worlds, his money, my freedom." I forwarded everything to our mutual friends. The narrative shifted instantly. Chloe's now claiming I entrapped her and violated her privacy. She wants to meet tomorrow to settle this like adults. Just got off the phone with the venue. If we cancel now, we lose $8,000 in deposits. Told them to send the final invoice to both of us. Her half, $4,000, due in 30 days. Update 3. The adult discussion was anything but. Chloe showed up with her parents and a therapist friend who wanted to mediate. I showed up with my laptop and a simple contract. The therapist, Dr. Harmon, started with psychobabble about financial compatibility and emotional labor. I cut her off. Simple question. Is Chloe taking my name? That's not the issue. It's the issue. She wants independence when it benefits her, tradition when it costs her. Pick a lane. Chloe's dad tried the tough guy act. A real man doesn't nitpick about money. A real woman doesn't expect a free ride while claiming independence. Her mom wailed about destroying their daughter's happiness. I pulled up Chloe's Instagram, posts about independent women, boss babe life, and not needing a man. Your daughter destroyed her own happiness with hypocrisy. Then Chloe played what she thought was her ace. If you loved me, money wouldn't matter. If you loved me, you'd either take my name or pay your share. Love isn't a one-way ATM. Dr. Harmon suggested we explore our love languages. I suggested we explore the invoice from the venue, $4,000, due in 2 weeks. Chloe lost it. I don't have $4,000. Then you should have thought about that before demanding independence. This is extortion. This is equality. You literally demanded it. Her dad offered to pay her half if I'd stop this nonsense and marry his daughter properly. So she needs daddy to pay for her independence? How feminist. They left after Chloe threw my laptop against the wall. Joke's on her, I have renter's insurance and video of her doing it. Already filed the claim. Next came the flying monkeys. Her book club, her yoga friends, even her hairdresser called me. Same script. You're being petty. True love doesn't count pennies. Man up. My response was consistent. She wanted equality. She got it. But the real entertainment came from an unexpected source. Remember Adelaide, her cousin? She reached out with tea. Turns out Chloe's been like this forever. In college, dated a guy named Jerome, told him she was too independent to be exclusive, then lost her mind when he dated other people. With her ex before me, Terrence, she wanted to live together but refused to be on the lease because she needed freedom. Then got furious when he asked her to leave after they broke up. Girl wants all the benefits with none of the responsibilities, Adelaide said. The family enables it because she's the baby. Then Adelaide dropped a bomb. Chloe had a wedding Pinterest board titled Dream Wedding Ryan Pays that she'd shared with her friends. Screenshots included. I posted them on my Instagram story. Petty? Maybe. Satisfying? Absolutely. Chloe called me crying. You're humiliating me. You humiliated yourself. I'm just providing transparency. Take it down. Take my name. Click. Venue sent the final notice yesterday. Payment due in 72 hours or they pursue legal action. Forwarded it to Chloe with a note. Your half is your responsibility. She responded with a Venmo request for $20,000 with the caption for emotional damage. I reported it as fraud. The wedding date is in 3 weeks. Neither of us has budged. This is really happening. Final update. The wedding date came and went. I spent it in Vegas with the groomsmen. Chloe spent it being served with small claims court papers. But let me back up. 2 days before the payment deadline, Chloe made her final play. Showed up at my place at midnight, drunk in the wedding dress. The $3,500 dress I'd paid for. This is what you're throwing away, she sobbed. I'm not throwing away anything. You are. Just pay for the wedding. I'll sign a prenup. I'll do whatever. Will you take my name? Why is that so important to you? Why is keeping yours so important to you? She couldn't answer. Just kept crying about her identity and independence. Chloe, you want a wedding, not a marriage. You want a provider, not a partner. Find someone else. She left the dress on my doorstep, listed it on Facebook Marketplace the next day. Sold for $2,000. The venue charged both our cards when the deadline passed. Mine went through for my half. Hers declined. They sent her to collections. She called me screaming about her credit score. Should have thought about that before championing independence. Then she went scorched earth. Posted on social media that I was financially abusive, tagged my employer, claimed I'd trapped her in debt. Even created a GoFundMe titled, "Help Me Escape Financial Abuse," with our engagement photos. I responded with receipts. Every single one. 3 years of Venmo transactions showing me paying for everything. Screenshots of her texts asking for money. The Pinterest board. The screenshots from Martina. Her Instagram posts about independence. The GoFundMe got flagged and removed. My company's HR called me in. I showed them everything. They concluded she was harassing me and sent her a cease and desist. She tried getting our mutual friends involved. Most were done with the drama. But her bridesmaid Trinity said something interesting. She's been telling everyone you're broke and that's why you won't pay. So I posted my bank statement. Balance, $38,000. Not broke, just not a doormat. Chloe's final attempt was bringing her new boyfriend to my favorite coffee shop. Yeah, new boyfriend. 3 weeks after our wedding date, some finance guy named Broderick who drives a Porsche. She made sure I saw them. He paid for everything, pulled out her chair, the whole performance. She kept glancing at me, waiting for a reaction. I walked over. Broderick, right? Word of advice, get everything in writing. She believes independence means you pay for everything. Good luck, buddy. Chloe turned purple. You're just jealous. Of what? Another guy paying your bills? Nah, I'm relieved. Broderick looked confused. I showed him the wedding invoice on my phone. His half. Her half. She couldn't cover her part. Hope you got deeper pockets than me. Left them to sort that out. Last week, small claims court. Chloe showed up with Dr. Harmon as a character witness. I showed up with documentation. Judge was a no-nonsense older woman. Listened to Chloe talk about emotional manipulation and financial abuse for 10 minutes. Then looked at my evidence. Ma'am, you agreed to these wedding expenses? Yes, but you demanded to keep your name? That's my right. Absolutely. And it's his right to expect equal financial contribution. You can't have it both ways. Judgment. Chloe owes me $4,000 for her half of the deposits, plus court fees. She screamed that it was unfair. Judge threatened contempt. It's been a week. Chloe's wages are being garnished. Broderick dumped her when he found out she was in debt from a failed wedding. Her parents called me to negotiate. I blocked them. Adelaide sent me a text yesterday. Chloe's moving back home, still posting about being an independent queen. Family's tired of her act. I'm doing great. Started dating someone new, Heather. She insisted on splitting our first date bill. When I offered to pay, she said, I appreciate it, but I'm not comfortable with anyone paying my way until we're serious. And even then, it should be balanced. Might be rushing things, but I think I'm in love. Oh, and the best part? Chloe's been telling people I'm obsessed with her because I won't forgive and forget. Posted a quote about living rent-free in someone's head. I commented, speaking of rent, your garnishment payment cleared. Thanks. Blocked immediately. Equality's expensive when you actually have to pay for it. Edit. Since everyone's asking, yes, I kept the ring. No, she never asked for it back. Yes, I'm selling it. The garnishment payment's $200 a month for 20 months. Her credit's shot. And Heather? She laughed when I told her this story and said, good for you for standing up for yourself. That's how I knew she was different.